if you ever want to move forward, if you ever want to become successful, if you ever want to start that business, if you ever want to get in shape, get a promotion at your job, or whatever the case may be, you got to understand this one fact. And that simple fact is that your competition does not love you. My competition does not love me. Your competition, meaning everyone you're competing with, does not love you. They don't care about you. They're not gonna put you first before they put themselves first. They're not gonna love you more than they love themselves, because especially as a man, like, we all know, like, life as a man is very competitive, because most men are just kind of like, in competition with each other, whether they see it or not. Because if you think of, anything in this life, you gotta stand out as a man. If you want to get a job in a certain field, if you want to date a specific woman, you gotta stand out in one way or another, whatever that way is. And nothing's just going to be handed to you. So you're constantly in a competition with people that don't necessarily love you or have your best interest in mind. And it is just very important to not forget that and not let it slide, because the biggest person that you're competing with at the end of the day, that is more significant than anybody that you're ever going to compete with, is yourself. It's the person you're looking at in the mirror. Because if I sit there and think to myself, you know what, man, I've been working hard, I've been going to the gym, so let me just go to McDonald's, it's fine. Let me just sleep in, let me just do this. It's not gonna make a huge difference. But my weak version of myself is telling me that. And it's convincing me to, stay stagnant and not move forward and, be the same version of myself, or even become a worse version of myself. Even though in the back of my head, I'm gonna know that I probably should not be doing this. I probably should not be eating this McDonald's right now. I probably should not be sleeping in. I probably should not keep neglecting my content, and I probably should be posting instead. I should stop procrastinating. So your competition does not love you. And when I say this, I also mean that you don't love yourself. The version of yourself that you're competing with, which is the bad version of yourself, the worst version of yourself, that is your biggest enemy. And that person does not love you at all. That person does not love you. They don't want your best interest.
I'm sorry. Our car's right there.
No, you're good. That worst version of yourself does not love you and does not care about you. And it's like, the sooner you start seeing this, the better, because you're going to start being able to take action to not let that person win the battle, not let that person get his way. And instead, you should let the best version of yourself get his way by being disciplined and doing what you're supposed to do, rather than doing what you feel like doing. Because when you do what you feel like doing, it might feel good to do that in the moment, but guess what? It's not going to be the best practice. It's not going to be the best action that you can take throughout the day in order to improve yourself, improve your life, and just be productive. So your competition does not love you. Now let's talk about the outside competition, the actual other people that are kind of like competing with you, whether you see it or not. Because let's say your goal is to get in shape, for example. I'm just going to use this as an example because it's an easy example to follow along with to get the point that I'm giving you right now. So let's say you're out of shape right now and you want to get in shape. Do you realize that some people out there are putting in way more effort than you to get to their goal, which is to lose weight? How does that not bother you? Like, this should actually bother you, man. Some people out there are actually putting in a lot of effort to lose weight and get it to their destination, while you are not taking it seriously, while you are still eating junk food and you're not going to the gym as much. Other people are doing these things. Who do you think is gonna get there faster? Or who do you think is gonna even get there to begin with? Sorry. Your competition does not love you, man. They just don't.